在过往的版本中，我们曾尝试开发了一些场景交互效果。在 2.7 版本，我们进一步优化调整了场景
Optimized environments, baby.
细节，将会有更多角色动作以及技能。
I don't really know how this is going to be affecting my gameplay experience, because due to my laptop not being the most performant, or at least these days the most performant, I somehow don't really see such a huge difference. But that's probably because the specific effects for the environments are turned either off or on very low for me, so there's that.
伴随全平台全局滤镜的功能更新，我们也带来了此项功能的更多应用拓展，这就是护眼模式。漂泊者们打开设置页面，在全局滤镜设置选项下方即可找到护眼模式选项。
Lot of upgrades when it comes to the finer details and looks of the game. That's also pretty good. It does kind of still need some performance updates instead, but yeah. Right now the game is at that point where it's running relatively stable, I'd say.
能帮助漂泊者们减少用眼负担，健康游戏。不过需要注意的是
Remember the start of Renacita? Actually, not even the start of Renacita, because it was Septimont that had the performance issues mainly.
那么以上就是对 2.7 版本中即将更新的优化情报分享啦。
好啊，感谢漂泊者们的观看。回看这段在黎纳西塔的旅程，时光悄然流淌，我们真的一起经历了很多。 两位策划有没有什么话想要和漂泊者们说的呢？
一路走来，黎纳西塔满载了我们的足迹，很珍惜这段回忆。我们在拉古纳绚烂的烟火之下共度狂欢节，与伙伴们携手经历了。
Also, when can we get that carnival mask for
是的
for Carlotta?
黎纳西塔深埋的秘密也伴随着我们的前进脚步渐次揭晓。这一次，我们将与伙伴们并肩而立。 踏上最终战场，为黎纳西塔的命运而战，也为那必将到来的黎明而战。明朝2.7版本《暗潮将映的黎明》将于10月9日正式开启。
漂泊者们，让我们直面最汹涌的黑暗，在中烟之地去感受，去战斗。
I have a feeling that that terminal is going to somehow be playing a very immense part in this at the tail end of the next patches and overall the Renacita story. Look at Chuyuan there waiting for his drink. Bro got bored of the waiting. Yeah, not the Chisa teaser. Well, a decent amount of events actually, and they seem mostly fun if executed well, obviously. The story finale is going to be interesting. I mean, it is kind of sudden out of nowhere that this is going to be the final fight, especially since in 2.6 that compass, I mean, it was definitely an important piece in the story that we had to get, but I didn't think that it would somehow lead into that situation where we're literally heading into the final part of the Rinascita story's final chapter, I mean. So the execution of this final chapter for Rinascita, it's slightly worrying me, to be 100% honest, but they could have the proper end execution to it, even though the overall story of Rinascita seemed kind of nice, but a bit disjointed at times. Not that immensely, but it sort of lagged here and there, so to say. The new areas, exploration-wise, seems pretty good, and looks-wise are also very good. So I really can't wait to be exploring those new areas. Outside of that, well, yeah, it seemed like a pretty good patch, but it might not be insanely special. I mean, there aren't that many patches that are extremely special, but I am actually on the fence when it comes to pulling for Galbrena, because I could probably run Lupa or Changli instead of Chuyuem, but I mean, obviously I'd have to win my 50-50 first in order to get Galbrena, and I am probably going to be relatively close to Pity, so I might be taking the risk. Maybe, even though I'd really rather like Chisa, because there could be a potential that she... I mean, we obviously don't know, but there could be a potential that she could potentially introduce Havoc Bane into the game if she's going to be a Havoc unit. Because they already did Echo Skill damage with Fraloa, so they're probably not going to be going with that route anymore. Or they can either make her any other element, but either Echo Skill damage with it, or have the new dot effect to them, like Glacio that Glacio dot element, if they want to make her Glacio. And there could also be a pretty big challenge that she could be Glacio, given that our last Resonator, our last main DPS for Glacio was literally Carlotta back in 2.0, so... From a meta perspective, and meta in this game, yeah, I mean, it would be a smarter idea to save up for Chisa, but... And I also want her more than I want Galbrena, but at the same time, I am very tempted to pull for Galbrena, but there are still a few more days left for me to decide. So, since I don't have any pulls, I'm probably not going to be doing a pulling session, but I might be informing people on socials whether I ultimately ended up pulling her or not, or ended up trying to go for her and ultimately losing my 50-50. It would be really great to get her, but in that case I also kind of want to pull her weapon, because I don't think that the standard banner 5-star is good, and the rest of the pistols that we have gotten after are mainly statistics. Maybe the new battle pass one should be okay for her, but I also don't have enough information about that, and from what I remember, that's also different. It wouldn't work that well for Galbrena, but oh well. This is all a tale that will be unfolding in the future, so to say. So, yeah, overall I'm kind of excited for this patch, mainly for the exploration part this time around, but I'm also curious on how well they can tie up the Rinascita part of the Wuthering Waves story. I would try to say something else, but I kind of ran out of ideas.